Friends, let's continue this journey with the ABB SPAJ 140C. In the last video, part 1, we looked at how SDF and SDP work. We've already covered both of these functions. So if you haven't seen it, please watch this video on my YouTube channel to learn about the complete internal structure of both SGF and SDP functions and how to configure them. In today's video, we're going to talk about relay configurations. When i.e. go, you'll also find SGR inside the SGR relay. Friends, at the beginning of part 1, I showed you this drawing. So let's take a look at which parts we've covered. So, this part covers our SGB blocking SAN, which I explained to you how to block these functions from the input. Okay? So, this is what SGB functions are for. Secondly, we saw the SDF function for breaker failure, meaning LBB and CB failure. This is a function we can use in the TS form. If we configure this, friends, where do we automatically place the wire? We need to place it at 74 and 75. So, the output here will be for the LBB. So, if you want to achieve LBB or CB failure, they're all the same name. Or, if you want to achieve breaker failure, you need to make connections at 74 and 75. All you need to do is activate your SDF4 function within TS1. Simply change the value from 0 to 1. That's 0, SK, and then set it to 1 within SDF4. We've covered this much. Today, we're going to discuss this entire structure and how it works. Okay? So let's move on. First, SDR is for stage 1. SDR has 3 stages: 1, SDR1, SDR2, and SDR3. First, we'll talk about SDR1. This is for complete relay configuration. So within SDR, let's first talk about start over current. Start of overcurrent means pickup. So if you want pickup you need to take the relay's pickup signal. As I mentioned in the last video, you can use start for blocking. The start of one will block the other. You need to create such logic, only then can you use these functions. So if you want this, where is SS1? So here is SS1. Okay? Now let's look at the function of SS1 first. SS1 means start. If you look, its connection is 77 and 78 inside the relay. So which one comes under SS1? So you'll see here that 1, Fen, 3, 5, and 7 Asia. So here, from 1 OSPA, 3, V, 5 OSPA, these 4 are for their start. So if you want to create some logic for starting, you need to do something for starting, such as the high set for overcurrent, overcurrent earthfold, and high set earthfold. All you need to do here is add 1 to SDR1's 1, 1 to SDR1's 3, 1 to SDR1's 5, 1 to SDR1's 7. Once you've made this much, you'll make further connections on pins 77 and 78. Here, you'll get the relay's single output. SS1 is solely designed for the start signal. Next, we'll talk about TS2Y, which is our main tripping device. Friends, this is for tripping. So if you need an operable trip signal for tripping, for a breaker trip, for a master trip, or for tripping any other element, then you'll need to use the TS2 module. Within it, overcurrent, high set, overcurrent earth fold, and high set earth fold, all 4 of these will be included in TS2. So here too, you'll see SGR1 VAS, SGR1K2, SGR1K4, SGR1K6, and SGR1K8. These are the 4 functions we can use in TS2. So TS2 is specifically designed for tripping. If you need to give a trip signal, you can use TS2. TS2 activates contacts 65 and 66. The wiring you need to do is use 65 and 66 if you want to trip something. Here, you simply set SDR1K2 to 1, UDS SDR1K4 to 1, and SDR1K6 to 1, and SDR1K8 to 1. If it's 0, set it to 1. If you don't want both of these functions, set it to 0 within this simple relay. Okay? So, now only 2 functions will be active. The remaining 2 will automatically turn off. Now let's talk about SGR2. We'll use 2 connectors within SGR2, mutters SS2 and SS3. Okay? We've discussed both of them, so we'll remove them now. Now we'll talk about SS2 and SS3. So SS2 and SS3 are all operable signals, friends. All of them are operable signals. You have to choose which functions you want. Suppose, if we just talk about SS2 in SGR2, then within SS2 you'll get overcurrent 8, high set overcurrent 8, earthfold 8, and high set earthfold. Within SS3, you'll find the same functions: overcurrent, operate, high set overcurrent, earthfold, and high set earth. You just have to choose whether to connect them to SS2 or SS3. The contacts that operate SS2 will be 80 and 81 too, and the contacts that operate SS3 will be 68 and 69. So if you need to create some logic or signaling or if you need to give a command other than dripping okay? If you need an alarm, you can use both of these. What you need to do is if you want to do it in SS2, i.e. Android 81, you need to add 1 to all 4 of them: SDR21, SDR23, SDR2, and SDR27. That is 1, 1, 1, 1, and 1. But if you want to do something in 68, 69, or give an alarm ACE, or do something else, Physion DELS, then you need to add 1 to 2, 4, 6, and 8. Physion 2, 6, and 8. Physion 2, 6, and 8. And the rest, Physion 4, 6, and 8. You need to use zeros everywhere else. You can also use 1 everywhere, so you get to use both. So, there's no problem with that. You can also add 1 to all of them inside SDR2. Okay? If you put all 1's Otis 1, you'll probably get 255. So if you get a total of 255 inside the relay, you need to understand that 255 means you've activated all the functions. The last one is SDR3. It only has one element, TS1. Friends, TS1 OC, which is connected at 7475, gives you both start and trip. Okay? That means you'll get the entire combination within one single element. But yes, there's one thing here. If you have CB fail on, or if you need CB fail, or LBB, then you can't use this. Okay? So, you just need to keep this for LBB only, but if you haven't used it, if you haven't used CB fail, if it's not in your use, then you can use TS1. So one thing you need to keep in mind is this. Here too, you'll find all the start, operate, start, operate, start, operate, start, operate, all the overcurrent, earth, fold, and high set, overcurrent, earth signals, all the start and operate signals. And you can see here that 1 BSS, 2 GSS, 3 BSS, 4 BSS, 5, down to 6 BSS, 7, down to 8, are all in one element where you'll find all the signals in one section. So what you need to do is set them all to 1. If you only need them for tripping or operating, set them to 1 only in the operate section. Set the remaining sections to 0. Okay? Then you'll get your total, and you can see that. So TS1 is conditional. If you also use LEA, you can't do this. Here's a bonus tip within SPAJ. It's a bonus element. You can call the SGX register A, whose settings can be set by going to register A. As soon as you go to the screen A, you need to find register A and 0. You can set it by pressing the program button there. There are two things in it. The first is SGX1. What SGX1 means is that all your tripping records will be lost. If your DC supply goes out, your records will be lost. But if you want to keep them, you need to set it to 1. So, what will happen is that they will remain if your supply goes out and the DC supply comes back after a while. You can keep records from 1 to 9 in SPAJ, but the only problem is that you won't get the date of the records in SPAJ. You can only see the amperage, the current, and the current for all the trippings from 1 to 9. But you won't get the date, okay? So, this is a feature within SPAJ. So, you can set it to 1 so that your data is saved and safe. If you put 1 on SX2, friends, what will happen is that as soon as the overcurrent high side operates, the normal overcurrent will be blocked. At the same time, if the earth high side operates, the earth will be blocked. So if you want such a function, where the normal setting gets blocked when the high side operates, you have to put 1 here. Otherwise, keep it 0. Otherwise, it will perform the normal function. If you put 1 by mistake, then your normal inverse, which you call stage 1, will get blocked. Friends, if you have any doubts in this video, or you did not understand anything, then please comment so that I can also know. If you liked this video, please share it with your friends and colleagues. And in the next video, I will bring you a hands-on experience of the SPAJ. So watch this video in its entirety and then compare it to the live video, in which I explain the entire setup hands-on. If you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and colleagues. Keep improving and learning. Keep growing, keep learning. Thank you. Thank you very much.